website right now and download my free course on alternate picking mastery. It contains 5 essential exercises that will take you to alternate picking mastery faster than you can imagine. And then I've included my method of how to lay out a practice plan in just 1 to 2 minutes that will absolutely boost your results like nothing you ever tried before. So go download it right now. It's free. Hey, exercises, that's what we're talking about here. And today I have the most amazing rhythm exercise for you. In fact, it's 2 exercises. It's so simple, you don't need tabs, you can remember it in your head. And if you do these exercises, every other rhythm that you will ever in your life be confronted with will be relatively easy. That's the power of doing these exercises, is that it breaks open the whole area of playing rhythms in the most amazing way. So stick with me here, it's important. So why are we doing exercises? Because they have the potential of giving you a huge advantage. You know, most people say they practice songs, which are composed things involving a lot of different skills at one time. Strumming, fretting the notes, playing the chords, all kinds of things. A rhythm, right? And then when we start soloing, we practice licks, which is pre-composed little bits and pieces of other people's solos. That involves a lot of phrasing techniques, a lot of picking, and all kinds of techniques, right? And rhythm also. So what do we do when we practice exercises? We take out those challenges and we practice them with a single focus on the exact challenge we want to conquer. And that makes your brain just develop like nothing else, basically, right? When exercises are not a good idea, it's when they don't have that feature. It's just, whatever it is, I don't know what people... I never did exercises very much, except for the ones I give you in these programs here. Most people won't do exercises because they don't get that immediate reward of being able to play something that sounds like music. Because it's boring, it's like digital stuff you learn. But if you want to get to the highest level, you have to take more time into consideration when you're practicing. You have to be willing to get the reward at a later time rather than tomorrow or next week. That is a prerequisite. That is a demand you have to put on yourself to involve more time, because the more time is involved, the more power your actions right now can have, right? It's like when you put aside like a dollar or whatever currency you have each day, if that is, that's a simple little action. But if your time perspective is like 50 years, then you can make millions in that way just by doing what. So the more time, the more power you can have. But I don't want to wait 50 years for anything. You don't have to, right? You have to wait a couple of weeks. So instead of learning to play that song, that solo, that lick, you do an exercise that has an enormous impact on every lick you try to play, on every strumming exercise or whatever, rhythm or whatever it is, right? And today, this strumming exercise, this rhythm exercise will make your soloing come alive, your strumming, your everything, right? It's fundamental. It has an enormous impact because it's central. It's fundamental, right? And so let's do it. The metronome here is simply my foot tapping. The only reason it's there is because I want you to hear and see when my foot is tapping, because that's an essential part of this exercise. Then the exercise is very simple. You simply count 1 and 2 and don't say, oh, this is boring, Claus. Stick with me. If you can't do this, you can't play music. So test yourself here, right? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Can everybody who's watching this video say that? I couldn't once. I struggled to just go 1 and 2 and, because at some point this has to be automatic. The counting disappears and you just feel right? And you feel the 1 again. Here it comes, right? I don't have to count. I can talk while that's 8-bit, right again. So I got the period feeling in my body because I've been counting, right? So you tap your foot every single time the click of the metronome. You have to do this, and you can always slow this down, right? And then you go to 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. That's it. But now your job is to strum with muted strings. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, right? And then you fret a bar chord of any kind, and then you say to yourself, I want to hit and, right? So you press down the chord when you say 1. Sorry, I want to hit 1, right? When you hit 1, you play. And the rest of the time, you just play muted strings. So I go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and now I want to hit 2. So I go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 until it's easy, right? Then I want to hit 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and right. Then I want to hit 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and I want to tap my foot as I do this. If you're not tapping your foot, you're wasting your time. You're just doing stupid work. It has no consequence to whatever you play or your skill level, right? Then you take all the ands. You go 1 and 2, and those are upstrokes, right? So you go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, and then I want to have the and between the 2 and the 3. So I go 1 and 2 and 3 and then you continue like that. So the 1, the 2, the 3, the ands in between, and then you start making up stupid combinations like the 1 and the 3 and, right? So I hit the 1 and I hit the and between 3 and 4. Okay, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, right? If I stop the metronome here, you must get to the level where you can 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Everything sounds like music once you speed it up, right? So then you come up with another combination like, let's say you start by hitting 1 and then you hit 3, right? So I go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And then I speed that up until it's like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Right? Up to the level where your body is maxing out. You simply can't play any faster physically, right? Then the next thing you do is pretty simple. You just play triplets instead. That's the second exercise. With what we just have here, if you can do that and you can speed it up and play anything, any combination of 2 strokes or 3 strokes within that bar, you are way, ahead. It's like crazy. But then the next step here is going to just lay out the whole rhythmic area for you so you can do anything and learn anything the fastest way possible. So we got triplets now. So simply go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, pa, 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 pa. And that requires you to go down, up, down, right? You got downstroke first, down, up, down. And you go up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And that's the first thing you got to learn. You might spend some time on that. So we go down, up, down, up, down, up. Foot, 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 right? And then you do the exact same thing. Now this is faster because we have 3 instead of 2 in between every click or every foot. But you do the same thing. You hit 1, you hit the first stroke after 1, you can 1E and 2E and. You can say 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and 1E and 2E and. Then you do the same thing. You tap your foot, you don't forget that, and then you hit every single subdivisions, which is what this is. So you go 1E and 1E and 2E and. Now you might hit all the E's. 1E and 2E and 1E and 2, 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E. And that will be a downstroke first, then an upstroke, then a downstroke, and then an upstroke, right? 1E and 2E and then you continue. Then you can do all the others. You can do the 1, 2, 3, 4, the ands, and so on, right? And then you can start combining them. And this might be very hard in the beginning. You might want to take out a piece of paper and write 1 and then write them underneath each other. So you've got 1, 2, 3, and then you 1E and 2E and 3E. And then circle and say, let me see if I can play this. That's what I did. Let me see if I can play this combination of saying 1E and. So I go 1E and. Okay, then I go 3. 1E and 3. Oh, too much coffee this morning. So I go 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and 1E and 3, 2E and so on, right? 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E. 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and 1E and 3E and 4E and 1E and right? And you continue like that until it's easy, easy, easy. Mastery is the only way. It's the only destination. So if you do these exercises to the point where you can play as fast as your body can, right? Then there's absolutely no limitation. Whatever polyrhythm or whatever complex thing, it's going to be fun for you instead of, what is that? How is that? That's impossible, right? And you'll be so far ahead, you can play the craziest stuff with just these two simple combinations and these two simple exercises. Focus on it, do it every day, and once you come up with an exercise like that, whatever it is, take it with you. Start clapping it, tapping it all day. Say it with your mouth. Just play it all day. Whenever you have some parts of your body idle, you can do the rhythm, right? Until it's totally unconscious. It's just part of your body. And then playing music even became so much more rewarding because you're into every single subdivision. You can feel and you can play it, and it's such a joy. And it makes you such an amazing player because rhythm is 50% of the equation, right? You got notes and you got rhythm. And this is not that hard to learn. It's hard in the beginning, but push, push, push. And I promise you, you will get through that initial wall and get out on the other side where things start feeling easier and easier until it's just part of you. It's just what you do. It's like talking. There's no effort whatsoever. We got a program out right now, and you can go click the link just below this video. It's about doing exercises for your right hand and getting it to that top level. And so everything else will be easier, much easier, like going to the gym and then lifting weights so you can move around every day and it's easy, you don't get your back pain and everything else. The same thing here. We do exercises that will challenge your right hand. So suddenly what you've before felt was really a challenge will now be easy because you did that twice as hard. So it's a gym for your right hand and your left hand for that matter, because we'll include that too. Go check it out, click the link, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and follow us on Instagram. Subscribe for more free videos. Do it. Do it now. Do it.